Okay, so enough about these key principles then. What are the actual strategies and tools that we can use to ensure that we manage to get this training done during the times that we're very busy? Okay, so the first one is quite an obvious one really, and it's just the scale down principle. Alright, so this one's great if we're a bit short on time, but we do still have time to do something. Let's say we're planning to go to the gym and it normally takes 60 to 75 minutes, but today we know we're probably going to be tight for time. Maybe we've got 30 minutes in there. There's still no reason to ditch the entire training session, okay? I find this all the time with clients who say, oh, I missed the session because I wasn't going to have long enough to do the whole thing. Okay, so what we can do in this case is we can just scale down the workout that we had planned. We can be creative, we can do things like superset our exercises together to save time, or we could just cut the whole training session in half and say, today I'm just going to do the first 3 exercises, no problem. Or just set yourself a time limit. If you know you've got 25 minutes maximum before you have to be out of the gym, okay, set an alarm, set a timer on your phone, whatever you need to do, just get as much done as you can in that time. Cool down properly, obviously, and get yourself out of there, all right? That's still much better than ditching the whole thing and saying, I wasn't gonna have time to do it all, so I'll just worry about it another day. Okay, second strategy then, it's a bit similar to the first one in some regards, but better if we're really running short on time. Let's say we were planning to get to the gym, planning to go for a run out of time to do that, can't get to either location and have enough time to train when we're there, but maybe we've just got 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes that we could squeeze it in home. Or if we're traveling, maybe we're staying at a friend's house or in a hotel somewhere, okay? This is an easy solution that we can do anywhere, all right? And it's just a done in 10 minutes anywhere circuit, okay? So nice and simple. You can pick 3 or 4 bodyweight exercises out of the hundreds that are available, put them into a little circuit, set a timer, even if it's 10 minutes on your phone, do as much of it as you can, okay? And that's 10 minutes of moderate to high intensity exercise that's going to make a massive amount of difference to your day, rather than wrapping it all in, saying I don't have time and doing nothing at all. What's more, maybe we can even do this more than once in the day, all right? So if we know we're not going to have time for a 60-minute session at the gym or even a 30-minute full session at home, maybe we can break down a 20-minute session into 2 manageable chunks, 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening, and then you're going to feel even more brilliant about yourself because you managed to train more than once on a day where you knew you were too busy to get 1 full session in somewhere else. Okay, so that's 2 strategies that we can use if we're just short on time. But what about if we're not so short on time, but maybe we're a bit short on energy or motivation, bit of a stressful day at work, bit of a busier day, and you just need that little bit of extra incentive to get you through your training. Okay, so the first one that we can look at then is the make a deal with yourself policy. All right, this is one of my favorites. If I don't feel like getting in the gym, I'll make a deal with myself to get in there, start the first 5 minutes, and if at the end of the 5 minutes, it's like a piece back guarantee, if I don't feel like doing any more, and I let myself leave without feeling ashamed of myself and just carry on with the rest of my evening. All right, so you can make that deal. I'll give it 5 minutes, commit to it for that long. If I still don't feel like doing it after 5 minutes, then I'll go home and chill out. All right, 9 times out of 10 when I do this, once I've got going, I don't feel like stopping, and I will usually get at least the bulk of my training session done. Okay, only on the rare occasions when I'm really not feeling too well or some other factor will I actually give up on the session once I've started to do it. Okay, so it's a really good one. Just give yourself a get out clause, but make a deal with yourself that you will start to do something. Okay, the last tool then that I'm going to talk about today is the Visualize and Connect tool. Okay, now this can be a really powerful one if you're really struggling to motivate yourself to get up off the sofa. Maybe you've made it back home from work, you know you're supposed to be getting to your spin class or to the swimming pool or whatever it is you got planned, You've sat down, you made the mistake of relaxing for 5 seconds, and now you're trying to work out if you can get yourself back up on the sofa. This is the time to employ this one. It's a bit similar to the previous one, except that we don't actually have to physically go through that first 5 minutes. Okay, so all you're going to do is you're going to think of a time when you did complete a training session as recently as possible, that went really, really well, and that at the end of it left you feeling amazing. And try and connect with those feelings of how you felt at the time, how brilliant it was that you got it done, how happy you were with yourself, that it was a really excellent session and that you performed so well, and then remember those feelings as vividly as you can. The next thing we're going to do is start to visualize yourself getting up off the sofa, leaving the house, getting to the gym or getting to the swimming pool or starting your run, okay, and just go through the first couple of minutes of actually doing your training session in your mind, okay? And then you can fast forward a little bit to the middle, okay? You're going through your session, it's all working out really well, going much more smoothly than you expected, you're feeling great, you've finished your session, you're at the end now, and again we're going to reconnect with those feelings of the last session that you actually had, where you felt absolutely amazing when you finished, okay? Make that positive association between completing the session and the emotional reward of doing it, right? And with a bit of luck, okay, it's going to be enough that you're going to motivate yourself to actually get up off the sofa and crack on with a training session that you know you have planned. All right, if you don't believe me, give it a go. All right, I kid you not, it's a very powerful tool. If you use it correctly, really believe in the connection that you're making between those memories and the reality, and all you can do is try it and see if it works for you. So I did say that at the end I'll talk about the one time where it isn't necessarily better to do something than nothing, and that is on the occasion where you think that trying to commit to your training is going to actually add more stress to your day than it is taking away. All right, but you have to be very honest with yourself about this. Ask yourself a question: do I have time for this? Am I just being lazy? Or in fact, have I just got so much going on today already? Or am I already so exhausted that trying to squeeze something in is just not going to benefit me? All right, if that's the case and you can honestly say, yes, it's going to add more stress to my day than it's going to take away, then don't sweat it, relax, take the time to rest, recuperate, live to fight another day. It's no problem, all right? We don't want to get too hung up about it. All we want to do is make sure that the days that we're able to get some training in, some physical activity, outweigh the days that we're not able to do that, all right, by implementing some of these tools along the way. Okay, so that's it for maintenance strategies today. There's hundreds, if not thousands more available. This is just a small selection. For more information, check out the articles on the website, drop me an email, get in touch. I'll be happy to answer some questions. Free consultations for all newbies anyway, so get in touch. Let's start making some positive changes as soon as possible.